Harrowings, live with Hal Gill, your host, as always. Starting up at 10:37 in the morning, getting a little walking in because I felt like I needed it. I was resting and listening to the Einstein, what? Something Michael Chabon suggested that one should off as part of that one's postmodern sci-fi canon, which I've also tried to adhere to. Scientology across the street. So you have your choices. There are many and varied. There are cauldrons. The Carnegie Institution of Washington. Carnegie. Quite a bit. Everything wireless across the street. No, it's a different world. Here's the embassy of Australia, recently rebuilt, hard fast by a church. And I'm going to bear off on O Street, I think, towards the east. My little march around. I recommend getting out and walking if you can, working on my lung capacity, which I'm finding to be less than I would like, particularly as fall comes on. I'm sure it has to do with seasonal allergies in addition to chronic lung issues that may be exacerbated by my time in the foundry and time smoking and what all. But, it's what it is. We have at least David Gross joined in. Good to have you with us on a Monday morning as we get in a little bit of who, what, when, and where in Washington, D.C. The passing show, as it were. Right behind Embassy of Serbia, consulate. My wife's family, some of them stem from Serbia, others from Poland, still others from Hungary, Slovakia, Ukraine. Just a nice blend of Slavic lineages coming together in the Western Pennsylvania by the 1960s. She's a Gen Xer. To my boomer status, I'm the late boomer, 1963. And what else do I want to talk about? This is the Spencer condominium. And I don't know much about it. So I just keep on walking. The Gatsby is across the street. Lots of residences in this area of Northwest DC. Among them mine on S Street, near the intersection of Florida and Connecticut. I like being right there where things flow together, close to some of the best medical facilities around. It's becoming more important as I get older. We are on 15th Street Northwest, bearing south. At the intersection of O. 132222 to Barclay North. Rhode Island Avenue. Yep, view. Which I believe runs down to George Washington University. Sometimes I go by there, sometimes I go elsewhere. Across from the embassy of former Holiday Inn. See, the sign is down. Sure what it is now. Anyhow, hard to pass by Johnny Rockets. And across from the embassy of the Magyars, Hungarians. I'm going to go ahead and make this crossing. It looks like I've got 18 seconds to do it. United States Secret Service on patrol. We're hard by the Latrobe apartment homes. My dear wife is from Latrobe, Pennsylvania, as mentioned probably a little bit earlier. Deputy the waters. Looking down at the circle. Scott Circle, I think. So Miramar Apartments. Across the way, the Holiday Inn sign is down. So I don't know what the situation is with that place. Who's taking it over? Or why they would have the sign down. Just keep on moving. Boston Weber, nice to have you with us. Ask me anything. That's part of the deal with passing show. We're all just documenting who, what, when, and where. As you get patients are getting watered outside the Miramar Apartments. Across End Street, I think I might just head down and a little spell, a little road less traveled. Well, look at some of the older buildings. Yes, survive, at least the facades of them. Looks like they might have been rebuilt behind. Not sure. In any event, it's good to have two of you with me as I make my way from dawn to dusk. Common offering I make of raw documentation, both who, what, when, and where, and primary documentation that is for historians of the future. So you had a question about going to have the everyday junglist on with me later, 2 p.m. So I have to make sure I have enough charge for that. And I'll probably go back to the house before housekeeping comes in to get that charge up to where it needs to be before departing again. Clearly, I've not been feeling 100%, so today is no different. But I am up and vertical, able to make my way from dawn to dusk. Not too much muss and fuss. Right, 14th Street and in. It's about the right time to turn south again. Yeah. Pardon my cough. Pretty productive. So I'm good with that. Getting up some stuff out of the lungs, out of the bronchial passages, loosening them up so I can breathe better. So there's nothing more important than continuing to breathe as long as possible for keeping spirit and body together. All right. Not many turning out for this, as noted. But it is kind of an odd time of the day to be doing it on Monday morning, September 8th, 2025, 10:47 Eastern Standard Time. We're Eastern Daylight Time. We're still in daylight time, yeah. So Eastern Time, anyway. Washington, D.C. time. National City Church on the side here. One of many. That one has to choose from here on Thomas Circle. And there's a lot of different possible paths we can make. But for us, I think it's easiest going down by the National Housing Center. Your Quorum, Weston, Residence Inn, Crossway, Hotel Zena, I think it's called. Not positive. And you're just getting documentation of who, what, when, and where. Primary documentation for historians of the future, perhaps. Emerald Suites up, get block. Work done better in lease 1401 Massachusetts Avenue. It's a lot of retail space for rent. I see. I can't get across here without trouble. Again, that's squarely in the street unless somebody wants to turn down it. They do. Coming across. There's the retail space available here. Right next to where they have a Wawa, I believe. That's what that is. Convenience store. Monument to Thomas. Middle of the circle. Vermont Avenue, leading down towards the White House. Jump across here. So just make it to hoof it on down 14th Street on this side. I like to cross it, get in the shade more. I've got some protection from the sun here. I'll bail myself of it. Yeah, so a little walking does me good. Only having 2 a year long for the ride on this one, just fine. Is there any questions coming in? No comments? So I'm assuming that this isn't all that interesting. It does give you a little look at what's happening here and now. I think I'll cut it here. Might go live again soon. For now, here's where we're at. Thanks for joining. If you have. Rescue one, see them in motion a lot of the time. Hopefully they're getting people where they need to go, or we'll get 2 people who need their services fast. I've never had to wait long. Never I needed them. That's for sure. All right. So across we go. Down into downtown now. L Street. K's up next. And there's the Hamilton office building that used to house Jefferson Consulting when my wife first started working for him. And now she's moved on to the Theodore Roosevelt Conservation Partnership. Good for her. Onward. Thanks for joining.